For the last 2 decades, Rwanda has grown on an average of 7 to 8%. So in a nutshell, why Rwanda? Because it's fast-growing, it's safe, it's easy, but most importantly, perhaps, it's welcoming. It's my great pleasure and honor to welcome you to Rwanda, and specifically to the inaugural EU-Rwanda Business Forum. Today marks the beginning of an annual tradition aimed at fostering economic partnerships and facilitating investments between Rwanda and the European Union. This forum offers an important platform that allows policymakers, investors, and partners to have meaningful and productive exchanges. I particularly want to express my special recognition to our esteemed guest, Mr. Kunduns, who is representing the EU today. Your presence here is testament to the EU's commitment to deepening economic ties with Rwanda, and we appreciate that. Let me also take this moment to express our heartfelt appreciation to the EU delegation in Rwanda, led by my dear friend and sister, Ambassador Belen, for your tireless efforts in organizing this forum. Your dedication and that of your team is invaluable. To all the delegates, business leaders that are here this morning, to you, we just want to say and reiterate what Ambassador Belen has said, Murakaza neza. This means a very warm welcome. We immensely value your presence here today, and we want to tell you our story, a story of a country on the move, a country with a track record of beating the odds to create value for its people, a country that desires partnerships such as with you, the private sector, for mutual benefit. A country that is truly open for business and means business. This is our story. This is Rwanda today. Ladies and gentlemen, Rwanda's story of today is indeed consistent with the meaning of its name. Rwanda comes from a verb, kwanda, which means borderless. At the center of its meaning is the aspiration to bring the world to Rwanda and to take Rwanda to the world. So I will say this again. We are an open country. We are open for business, and we mean business. Captains of industry, today I want to answer 3 questions that I know some of you have on your mind as you come for this forum. These 3 questions are, first, why Rwanda? Why invest in Rwanda? Second, what in Rwanda? In what do I invest? Third, how? How do I even start? Where do I start? So let's go. First, why Rwanda? Because we are a fast-growing country. Just in the first quarter of this year, 2023, we grew by 9.2%. As Ambassador Belen said, last year we grew by 8.2%. For the last 2 decades, Rwanda has grown on an average of 7 to 8%. Again, why Rwanda? Because it's really easy to do business in Rwanda. You can register your business just in 6 hours, online and free of charge. Why Rwanda? Because Rwanda is really safe. Safe for you to live in, safe for you to do business, safe to invest your property and assets, safe in every way. And that is why Nambeo ranked Rwanda the 6th safest country, not just in Africa, but in the world. So in a nutshell, why Rwanda? Because it's fast-growing, it's safe, it's easy, but most importantly, perhaps, it's welcoming. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, now to your second question, what do you do in Rwanda? What do you invest in? First, what we want you to do is to just visit Rwanda. That is that is the message that one of your top football clubs in the European Union, Paris Saint-Germain, tells you every day. And we hope that you can continue to heed to this message like you've done by being here during this forum and also after this forum. But the second thing that we want you to do after visiting Rwanda is to invest in Rwanda. There are so many opportunities, and they're abound in all key sectors. But during this forum, as you've already heard, we shall focus on agriculture and agro-processing, mining, health, pharmaceuticals, and the green economy. We have lined up excellent, knowledgeable speakers who can speak with authority in any of these sectors, so please attend all the sessions and learn more about your sector of interest. Now, allow me to go to the last question. How do I start? Where do I even start if I want to do business in Rwanda? Well, Ambassador Belen already told you, but RDB, the Rwanda Development Board, the organization that I'm privileged to be a part of, is the answer to your question. We host an expanded one-stop center that issues over 200 licenses and permits on behalf of the government of Rwanda and for all institutions. RDB is in charge of coordinating your interactions with government. We facilitate, we negotiate and structure your investments, and we also process your tax incentives in the country. So you're most welcome to interact with RDB, and you're most welcome to invest in Rwanda. And when you do invest in Rwanda, you will join some 85 investors from the European Union that have collectively, over the last 5 years, invested in our economy close to $900 million US. Or maybe I should have converted that to euros. But these investments are not just numbers. These are solutions, these are jobs, these are experiences. And let me demonstrate to you something that crossed my mind today when I met Cecile from the European Union. Cecile, are you here? I met Cecile this morning, and I had a conversation with Cecile. She works for the European Union, and she's in charge of the private sector. Cecile told me that the last time she came to Rwanda was 4 years ago. And I started to imagine if she came back to Rwanda 4 years from now to inspect the private sector investments from the EU, what would her experience be? I started to think about the investments that are already happening in the country or investments that are in the process of being established in the country. And so I thought about Cecile. If she came back to Rwanda 4 years from now, maybe she'll fly Brussels Airlines to Kigali or KLM to Kigali, both operators that are owned by the EU. And in 4 years, very likely she'll be landing at the new Bugesera airport in Bugesera. And if she cares to find out, she'll find out that a Portugal company called Mota Engel has already started to invest in the country as they're part of the construction today. Cecile will want to leave the airport and go to her hotel. And she'll ask at the reception or information desk, how do I get to my hotel? Is there a taxi? Cecile will learn that there is an app called Move by VW, Volkswagen from Germany. And she will take the car to a hotel in Kigali city. Very likely, she will pick a hotel whose roots are from the European Union. The new Mubano Hotel is being developed currently by Accor from France. And Cecile will begin her work the following day, inspecting some of the investments that we've seen in the country from the EU. One of them likely will be a factory that will probably be very busy producing vaccines with BioNTech from Germany. As you can see already, her work is busy, and the European private sector is very busy contributing to Rwanda's economy. But maybe the most important part is Cecile might be very tired in the evening in her hotel, Movenpick, by Umubano, and she will probably walk to the bar and ask for a beer. She'll have a choice, either a beer made in Rwanda by Heineken Blarira from Netherlands, or she'll choose a beer made in Rwanda by Skol from Belgium. Again, keeping the EU private sector very busy in the country. I know you don't drink, Cecile, just an example. But maybe Cecile has a young baby and she thinks, I need to buy a gift and souvenir from Rwanda. Very likely she'll walk next to Kigali Convention Center to the new mall called Inzovu by Duval from France. And while there, she goes through the shelf in the supermarket to find a gift. She'll remember that she has a very young baby when she sees a made in Rwanda product called Nutritoto. Nutritoto is a cereal that is made in Rwanda by a Dutch company called DSM. As you can see, Cecile will be very busy and very happy to see all the investments that many of you are making. And she'll even be more excited when in the evening she has some free time and she goes to Noshken to see the energy that Rwandan and African entrepreneurs are producing different solutions in a house called Noshken from Sweden, another EU company. So as you can see, EU is already investing significantly to Rwanda's economy. And I think that's going to grow more and more. I hope that when you come next year or in 4 years' time, and we're talking about the EU Business Forum with Rwanda, I hope that your company that you're going to invest from today will be added on the experience that Cecile will have when she comes 4 years. And I look forward to mentioning your company as well. So invest today. Cecile's story is an example of how we bring the world to Rwanda and how we take Rwanda to the world. And when you come to Rwanda, you contribute to the memories, to the experiences, to the souvenirs, but even to the profits that you can make from our economy. So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, let me end with the first question again. Why Rwanda? And I'll say, well, why not? Thank you very much.